Hi, this is Claire again, and as I have said in the last week's video, I want to introduce to you some cards from an artist, and she is a German artist. She is Nina Berner, a graphic designer. You also find her Etsy on Berner or Berner as we would say in German, and I will add a coupon or a code to the video description. So if you like to have the cards, then you can save some money. Yeah, if you would like to. Yes, this is Nina's card, and these are the cards, the Inner Circle Tarot. And let's have a look at it. These are the cards I have already drawn in the German version of the video. These are our cards of the week. But first of all, I want to introduce this unique deck of cards to you. And this is a Fool. The descriptions are in German so far. The Knight of Swords. This is the Four of Swords, and it is very symbolic. It is very yes, symbolic. Yeah, here for example the 3, you have a circle. This is a symbol for wholeness, and it's more an advanced tarot deck. So this is not for the total beginners, I think. The Knight of Wands, you see here, it's not for the total beginners, but if you are interested in symbology and in symbols, let's say it like this, in symbols and in all of these things, it might be very appealing to you. And when I saw these cards, I was thinking like, I know this from somewhere I know this from. And then I had an idea. I have a book, shortly I just want to show you. It is in English. It is Congo Graphic Writing and Other Narratives of the Sign, about the symbolic writing in Congo spirituality that you also find, for example, in the Vevés, the drawn symbols of voodoo, or for example in the pontos in the Afro-Brazilian tradition. So let's have a short look at it, because it really reminded me of that. Here for example we see symbols like that, or here are some symbols. So this is really graphic writing, so to say, and the evolution of it. And of course this is not the same, the artist did not draw from this book, but it's interesting to see how things inspire artists. And of course in folk magic we also had symbols similar to this, because the line is is a very good tool to show energies. For example, here in the intermingling 2 of Cups. This is very beautiful, very symbolic. I know some people will think, well, it's a black and white deck, it is a bit dark for me or whatever. I don't like the too symbolic approach. Of course, yeah, the Hierophant, for example, the eyes that are opened. And here you see from his collar and from his robe a short symbolic sign. So this is really much symbolism, and for some people it will be a little bit too much symbolism, and other people will think, whoa, that's exactly my cup of tea. The Hermit, for example. Yeah, you see, for me personally, these cards often evoke feelings that I cannot put into words, but I know what is meant. Yeah, you will know what I mean. And this is for me very unique and very interesting, as in, we call this an old rabbit in German, when you are doing something for quite a while and you know some things about it. And to me, as an old rabbit, so to say, it's very refreshing to see these symbols, to see this fresh approach to the cards that is really unique and powerful. Here, for example, the Death card. But it goes on, yeah, it is not interrupted somehow. And this is, I really like it. I really, really like it. So let's have a look at the cards for the week. Enough talking here. Let's have a look at the cards for the week to come. And first of all, we see a card of wholeness, the 10 of Pentacles. And wholeness is, of course, here symbolized by the circle. The circle is always a symbol of wholeness. And something is in the middle. Something is influenced by all of these little coins or discs, or however they are called, pentacles. You see there is a root for all of this, and this has grown. It somehow looks like a flower or something, or maybe a little person. And it is very whole, it is very round. So when you see the traditional meaning of this card, it comes to the same, because the 10 is always an ending point somehow. You have reached the goal. Everything was achieved that was possible to achieve, yeah? And this is a very friendly card, meaning you will achieve some important goals this week. You can put in a little finished mark at the end of some tasks that are important to you. And as always with the Pentacles, these things are tangible. You can touch them. They are real life, so to say. Yeah, we have some tarot cards like the cups, for example. They are about emotions, about intuition, about all this feeling stuff, so to say, and very spiritual. So these can be things on your inner levels. But when it comes to the pentacles and the coins, then we are at outer levels. It really manifests. Yeah. So this is a card of reaching goals. It looks very whole. It looks very round in this deck. And the wholeness meaning you also have, for example, in the Smith's Waite. Yeah, it could also be a tree or something like that. Family tree. Family is a meaning of the Smith's Waite deck. So this was the idea I was getting. So this is really interesting and beautiful. And yes, things go round, we say in Germany, when they are especially good. Yeah, it's runde Sache, we call this, a round thing, so to say. This means everything is going smooth. Yeah, so this is the first card. The second card is really interesting from its design. It's the Hanged Man, der Gehängte in German. So here we see just hints of symbols, so to say. Here we see the hanging one as a star with little stars around, and these little stars are shimmering, and obviously they are coming from this challenging situation. You would not see them if you would be upright, so to say. You see them when you are down. And this is a very interesting meaning of this card. It means growing in the middle of challenges. Yeah, there is a saying, your chances are intermingled with your challenges, or in the midst of your challenges are your chances, so to say. And this is very true for this card. We also see here some things like dripping off. And if you know traditional, very old hanged man, so to say, then you know here is someone hanging with crossed legs, and from his pockets coins are falling down. And this means you have to let go. And in many old books about tarot meanings, you see the word sacrifice, and it sounds like, oh my gosh, what will happen? Will I have an accident or something like that? Yeah, and it is not about that. It is more about letting go. You cannot take something on when your hands are full. You first have to empty your cup, so to say. And this is what this card is about. It is really about letting go. It is about being in an uncomfortable situation that makes your mind see the stars somehow. Yeah, if you would stuck to your comfort zone, or if everything was as always, it would be, of course, much more comfortable, but you would not see these things. So this is about challenges that are at the end helpful to you. If you let go, when you grab and you want to have everything, and you are not able, sometimes we are not able, this is just human, you are at this moment not able, then you won't have this light bulb glowing, so to say. In the traditional card we see a halo around the head. This is like your light bulb is glowing and is having light, so to say. So it's really about things popping up in your mind in a difficult situation, and otherwise you would not have had these ideas. Yeah, so it's mixed feelings. It's sweet and sour, but in the end, in the long term, it's helpful. Yeah, and it's also about changing your mind. It's about different opinions that are possible in your mind. Yeah, we have a saying in Germany, the head is round, so your mind can change its direction. And this is a beautiful little saying, because it's true. Sometimes the way we've always done things just isn't working anymore. And this card is about that. And I think the stars here are much more hopeful somehow than the traditional way this card is depicted. So this is more about the energetic level of the card. Yes, and we have a third card, as always in our reading. We have the Queen of Wands, the Königin of Münzen in German, and not of wands, of pentacles, of course. Here we are in the realm of pentacles, so this will be a really tangible week, so to say. It will be about real results. It is about action and doing things and achieving things that you really have, that you can hold in your hand, so to say. And the Queen is always about organic growth. It is about, and the organic we see here with the flower. In traditional Smith's Waite, you see it because all of the fertile earth around her, and the plants and the fertile rabbit, for example, traditional fertility symbol. So this is expressed with this flower and the leaves here, and the Queen, of course, with a crown. And the Queen of Pentacles is about really achieving things, but with much dignity and naturally, like organic. It is growing the way it should. It is nothing you have to push. With a king, it would be more male energy, more fire energy, but the queens are water energy. So this is fluent. And when we see the pentacles are element of earth and the queen is water, so we will see water and earth together make fertile soil. Yeah, you would not have, earth alone would not help you, it would be dust, and water alone is not enough to hold anything. So this is a very fertile mixture, so to say. So when we put all of this together, she is like an effortless queen, a queen that makes things possible. And sometimes it's a person that comes into our life that does this for us in this week, and sometimes it comes just from above or from the inside of ourselves. But all in all, it's a very fertile and nurturing and caring and really lovely motherly energy. Yeah. So when we put all of this together, we have a week with much element of earth. We see here wholeness, roundness. Something will be achieved or fulfilled or ended or whatever. But it will be positive. You will have a feeling of, yeah, I got it. Yeah, a good week to put an end to things and to, for example, end a project. Yeah, it's a very good week to finish projects. It is a very good week to learn from uncomfortable situations, to see new stars in your life. Yeah, this is also somehow about turning your scars into stars. I love this English saying. We don't have something similar in German, but I really love it. So this is something like this too. You have to let go these little dripping points here. Yeah, you let go, you let it drip off of yourself. Sometimes this letting go is easier than you think. Yeah, sometimes it's really about things that weighted you down, that are very fun, so to say, to let go. But you first have to see it. Yeah, and seeing it through an uncomfortable or an unusual situation is always easier than when everything is the same as always. Yeah. So this is this card, and at last we have the Queen of Pentacles, the effortless and growth, the dignity, and yeah, it's also about achieving, but it simply grows towards you. Yeah, there is not this pushing or hardness or anything like that. It is simply like in a garden and the fruits are ripe, so to say. Yeah, so this is the energy pattern. This are the cards for the week to come. I wish you a wonderful week, and we will see each other next week again.